My name is Rich Collette and I teach biology at the high school. One of the high school's main focus, especially in biology, is the Keystone scores. With that being said, we want to make sure that we incorporate as much of the 21st century learning skills at the same time we're trying to get these kids to make sure they're ready for the Keystone content. So we found that there are a couple apps that really interacted and meshed well with our lessons, especially areas of concern, meaning areas that kids struggle with a little bit on the Keystones because these concepts are a little more abstract. So we used 3 different apps so far. We used Cell Membrane, we used Cell Explorer, and Enzymatic, which are all, again, interactive apps, all have different levels that kids can go to based on their level of comfort. At the same time, this video today was created with the iPad. Every video, every animation, everything was done with the iPad, in particular with an app called Explain Everything. You can see here from the 2013 Keystone exam data that the PW students, as well as the state students, were not very proficient in the anchor dealing with homeostasis. This is a very difficult concept that is abstract to the students, and we're trying to find a way to make this concept more real, more tangible to them. So with that being said,
sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a good feeling, yeah.
the Cell Explorer app allows the students to take on different missions as a spaceship, where they could go and identify different cell structures, where they can avoid lysosomes attacking them, where they can defend the cell against intruders, and more importantly, where they can construct a cell from scratch. At the very end of this, there's a score sheet that the kids would then upload to my website indicating how they did on this particular app. Again, you can see here how the spaceship will go through the cell cytoplasm and address different organelles and how they work together. You can see here that Mrs. Casey was breaking up the groups based on a self-assessment and a comfort check in regards to areas of need, whether it's cell organelles or cell membrane transport. Once the kids were placed, they then went to their individual iPads and worked on the particular app.
And Lucas and Cedric, you could work together, and Courtney and...
Here you can see students working through the app, surveying the cell, answering questions that are integrated into the actual app itself, and then eventually take them to the very end. Here is a score sheet that they will complete and send in to me, indicating student accountability and also acting as a formative assessment. The Cell Membrane app provided an opportunity for students to work on areas of weakness involving cell membrane structure and cell transport. This is a concept that is very difficult for students to grasp, and this app provided an opportunity for kids to be hands-on in manipulating cell structure and cell movement. Ms. Comfort, have you seen an advantage to using the iPads and the interactive apps with your kids in biology class?
Absolutely, yes. I actually just used them today. The students were doing apps helping them practice the organelles and also the cell membrane. It was great that they could work at their own pace and virtually go through the structure and function of the cell membrane in a very interactive way with this app.
You can see here on this image how students are going to be able to build the cell membrane using its 3 macromolecules, in addition to being able to predict how water will move into and out of the cell based on a concentration gradient. Again, these concepts are very abstract for students to understand. This app provided a great opportunity for them to be more tangible. Again, here is a score sheet that will provide feedback for the students for them to see how well they did in a particular area of the app. Here you can see students working through the cell membrane app, which will require them to physically move and manipulate pieces of the cell membrane. You can see here the scores went up in the 2014 winter spring data to 67% versus the 33% from the 2013 winter-spring data. Now, there are a lot of factors that probably went into these scores going up, other additional things that teachers have done, but I do believe that bringing this real technology into and making these abstract concepts more tangible for the kids did play a major factor in the scores increasing. And lastly, here are some of the steps that we are talking about doing to continue to improve and implement the use of iPads into our lessons next semester.